Martin and Barbara have been married for 30 years. They live a quiet little life on a quiet little street in a quiet little suburb. Their lawn is routinely maintained. Their mail is routinely delivered and picked up. They eat every meal together, they shop together, and they watch TV together. But even though they do everything together in their perfectly set routine, it has been quite some time since Martin and Barbara have really seen one another. For all their routine and togetherness, they sit in their separate chairs in their living room watching their TV shows while on their separate apps on their separate phones, waiting for the next piece of routine to set in. One day in early February, Martin and Barbara set out on their usual shopping trip to Costco. They parked in their usual spot and scanned their usual membership card. They combed the usual aisles, picking up the usual groceries. Today, however, past the pallets of vitamins, beyond the cases of black beans, around the small mountain of electric toothbrush head replacements, and just beyond the love seat furniture arrangement, Barbara noticed a giant Valentine's Day display in the heart of the wholesale giant. Wholesale Love, the advert read. Underneath the display case of glowing pink files, a disclaimer. For all Costco members, purchase the feeling of first love this Valentine's Day. Barbara, intrigued, wandered over to the small sample table guarded by Deborah, an elderly woman in a bright vest wearing glasses as thick as Coke bottles and handing out little paper cups of bright pink liquid. "What is this?" Barbara prodded. "This is something brand new. Everyone is dying to get it, but Costco has it first. This is completely organic and artisanal love extract." "A love potion?" Barbara raised her eyebrow in doubt. "No, not a love potion." Deborah handed her the paper cup. "Just something that helps you remember the feeling of your first love. Here, try it. It's completely safe." Barbara took the sample and cautiously put it to her lips. She tilted her head back, letting the sweet liquid hit her tongue. Her pupils dilated. Her heart rate rose. Her cheeks went flush. Her face warmed instantly. She looked around until her eyes landed on Marvin, who was hoisting a 36-pack of toilet paper into their oversized Costco cart. Barbara's heart felt like it hadn't in a long time. A rush of emotion overwhelmed her senses. Longing, passion, intimacy, lust. All of it. She felt compelled to journal about her feelings while hiding underneath the blankets on her bed, just as she did when she was a teenage girl. "May I have a sample for my husband?" Barbara seemed to beg. "One sample per customer, or you can buy 2 for 1 right off the display." Barbara immediately grabbed 2 and snuck them into their cart. Later that evening, Barbara and Martin cooked their routine meal and had their routine dinner. Except today, Barbara poured the pink liquid into 2 glass flutes. "A toast to us. Happy Valentine's Day, Martin." Barbara raised her glass. "Happy Valentine's Day, Barb." Martin drank his pink elixir without so much as a clue as to what it would do. Barbara chased hers down as well. Barbara watched Martin's eyes dilate, his face blush, his back straighten. He looked at Barbara with a renewed sense of emotion. Martin approached Barbara, took her in his arms, and kissed her with an intimacy that was long forgotten in the routine of their lives. Their hearts raced together. Their fingers interlocked, their desire so enormous that they were at a loss for words. After Barbara confessed to Martin that she had slipped him the wholesale potion, their feelings began to turn on them. Their young love, while passionate, was unbridled. Soon, their longing turned to feelings of anxiety, jealousy, and a fear that they both might leave one another. In the heat of the moment, they had almost forgotten their seasoned love, the love of trust and time, the wise love that is earned over years, the soft love that comes after trial and error, the unspoken love that reassures the soul simply by being in the same room. They sat on their bed together, making promises that they would always be together no matter what. They reminded themselves of the pledges they had made on their wedding day, that they had vowed no matter how bad or boring or sad life became, to always be there for one another. That night, they went to bed together, sacrificing their own sides of their sleep number bed to hold one another in the center. The next morning, when they woke, they had their routine breakfast and watched their routine news. They filled their car with routine gas and yet made time for an unplanned stop. Marvin and Barbara stood in the long line of the Costco returns and exchanges holding their vials of wholesale love. They held hands the entire time. When they got home, they unloaded their car, working together to bring in the love seat Barbara had noticed the day prior. After their routine dinner, they tossed out their separate chairs and sat together in their routine living room, watching their routine news, with their arms around each other and their phones nowhere to be seen.